Hey guys, I'm Greg Lettery, and welcome to this edition of Sunday Rustic Quickies. Now today, I'm going to tell you right now, you better turn your little make-out lights and music and this and that off. This is going to be a quick one, alright? Couple minutes, in and out. Great side dish. Where do we live? Well, for me, I'm in New York. And what happens in September, October, beginning of November? Apple season. I don't want to make no more apple pie. I'm sick and tired of making apple pie. We are making an apple jack salad. Well, that's what I'm calling it anyway. And for this recipe, we're using 6 apples. These are golden and delicious. Now, if you want a little bit more tart apple, you can use Granny Smith's. Me, I like the golden and delicious. They work well. We're going to use 6 of them. Okay? I already pre-sliced a few of them, as you know. We're going to use 1 bell pepper. I like the red one today. We're going to use a little red onion, a little cilantro, some of our little seasonings here. We got a little salt. We got a little pepper. Actually, I'm going to use garlic powder. I don't really use garlic powder too often, but in this dish, we're trying to do quick things here. And garlic powder is the way to go. And I'm going to touch off with a little sugar, olive oil, and a touch of red vinegar. Okay? So what I do here is I just take an apple and I go like this and I go like that. And then that's my core right there. And then you take the apple and you lay them all flesh side down because then my knife don't flip and cut my fingers. So then we're going to cut them just like that. Okay? There's no rocket science. You want to go slow, then we cut it slow. And so we put them into this bowl here with my other 5 I had. So this is 6 all together, okay? Now what do is I take my bell pepper, and you know what? I'm going to save this part because really the bell pepper is just for the looks of things. I like to have a little bit of red in this dish, okay? So I got a half, maybe a little less than a half, and then I'm going to cut this nice and thin, just like this, okay, folks? There's no science to this. And if you're professional and you're saying, oh my God, he's cutting this thing wrong, well, excuse me, because to me, on Sunday, Rustic, it don't have to be perfect. And I'm going to put a little bit of the bell pepper right in there. Already you see, this looks like it's going to be good. This is a humongous red onion. Like that. Make sure you got all your digits here, no problem. Then you go down, okay? Just like that. Flip that side over, and then blump, 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 blump. Take your time. It's okay. When you work with a knife, there's no need for a rush. And, of course, there's no need for perfection here, okay? I don't want my apples to turn brown, okay? But what I do is I cut the lime in half, and then I'm going to take the butt of my knife here, and then I just jam it in there like this. And then I'm going to sprinkle this on top. Just like that, okay? So, there's a half. Here's the other half like this. Okay, that's great. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put 1 more into this dish. Now, I'm going to add 1 more lime to this dish. Now, this is very, very similar to a pico de gallo sauce, okay? Now, pico de gallo, I don't know what that means. It means the beak of a rooster, I think it is. Well, that's all fine and dandy, but you know what? Most people don't even know what pico de gallo sauce means. They think it's salsa. Salsa is a completely different ball game here, folks, okay? So, once we get our 2 limes mixed in here, I season this dish. Now, let me wipe my hands, excuse me. Now, what I do is, we're going to put a little salt. There's 1 pinch. I'm going to put 2 pinches. And don't tell anybody. I put a little bit more in there. And black pepper. Oh my God, he's using black pepper with apples? Yeah, you're darn right I am. Because when you taste dishes, I'm going to tell you right now, it's a fantastic side. Now, in this dish, I'm using crushed garlic granulated. Okay, this is a dry ingredient. I know that if you want fresh garlic, if you're one of those that don't have this dry ingredient in your cupboard, fine, use fresh. I don't care. But for me, this is a quickie. Okay, I ain't got time for hugs and kisses right now. All right, I'm trying to get this meal done, well, this dish anyway, this side dish done in a very quick way. So we're going to do 1 pinch here, and I'm going to put 2 pinch. And just like the other one, the salt, we're going to do 2.5 pinches on that one. And not always do I need to add sugar on this, but today I'm going to just put 1, and I'm going to put 2 pinches of sugar into this dish, okay? So now we have our dried ingredients. I'm going to take a little cilantro here, and let me get this one out of the salt, okay? In the garbage it goes. And then we take some cilantro here. And you don't have to be too particular as to how you chop this, okay? Just make sure it ends up in this recipe, all right? So we're just going to give this a little rigmarole here, a little dice, and then we're going to add the cilantro. Now, a lot of people don't like cilantro, and that's okay. And most of the people that don't like cilantro are allergic to it, because a lot of times when you taste cilantro, if they think it tastes super soapy or something like this, that means you might have an allergic reaction to it. So I can respect those that don't like cilantro. For me, I ain't got no allergies. I got no allergic reaction to anything. So I love cilantro and everything else for that matter. But so we got our cilantro in there, and that's great. Now what do is we add our wet ingredients, okay? So we're going to add olive oil. It ain't no extra virgin. It's straight up, okay? And you want a good amount of this, all right? Now, I use 6 apples. So I'm going to guess on this dish and say, I'm going to keep going here. We got a cup. Oh, yeah, this is about a cup, okay, of olive oil. And then I have red vinegar. All right, and then what we do here is we're just going to, I like to use the cap for red vinegar because it's so flavorful that you really don't need that much. So there was like a cap and spillover. I like the spillover thing here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put maybe 1 more cap in. So let's say 2 caps and a bit of a spillover, okay? I'm going to get the old school tongs. Before they had tongs, a fork and a spoon, all right? And then what we do here is we toss this, all right? And I'm going to say right now, for all those people that live in the Northeast, New York especially, okay? And you don't know what to do with your apples. And you say, oh, you know, your kids, they always go out apple picking. And what happens when they go to apple picking? They come home with these buckets of apples. And, please, apple pie. I fed up to here with apple pie. I don't want no more apple pie. I'm sick of apple pie. What do? I make this stupid dish on the side. And you know what? Everybody in my family loves it. You're not shiny here. This will last a couple days in the refrigerator. You know what I mean? As long as you have the limes in there, the citrus acts with those apples. And so they ain't going to get brown in a couple days. And then you toss this just like this. And you know what? I'm going to tell you right now. It's done. That's how ridiculous this quickie was. There's no kisses and hugs and love me nots and who this, that, the other thing. You make this apple dish and you put it on the side, and then what you say is, it's a great alternative to having your nice little fruits with a different flavor. This ain't even from your grandmother's kitchen to my kitchen. But anyway, from your grandmother's kitchen to my kitchen, enjoy your Sunday quickie and have a good time.